Hello and welcome to World Talks on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. A new wave of online fraud is hitting Europe's booming second-hand fashion market. Sellers on platforms like Vinted report being targeted by scammers who use AI-generated images to fake damage, trigger refunds, and disappear without returning items. At the same time, AI is also being used to enhance photos and pass cheap clothing off as luxury goods. Cybersecurity experts warn these scams are rapidly scaling, overwhelming trust-based systems. Joining me now is Alicja Martinek. She's Senior Data Scientist at NASC's AI Division. Alicja, welcome to TVP World. Thanks for taking the time.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. So this is, explain to us exactly how this scam works.
Okay, so first of all, actually the scammer doesn't necessarily need the pictures, doesn't need the item itself, because the pictures that are on the internet in the offer are enough just to generate new pictures of the so-called damaged product. So the AI that is abused in that case is used to add some layer of damage, so I don't know, holes in the product or some missing parts of that. And then the person that bought the allegedly faulty product claims that it's not the same as it was offered, and then starts the refund process. And if the platform like Vinted claims that they value the quality of the items that are being sold there, then they also have some procedures that supports the clients. Then you can start a dispute and try to get your money back. But there is no real reason to get the money back because the product isn't faulty in the first place. So it's the modern way of stealing, because the person gets the product and also gets the money.
And doesn't return the product either, even though it's supposedly damaged. Now, I mean, so far, the victims of this scam have suffered relatively small amounts. But you can imagine this scaling up to a much larger problem. How would that happen, and you know, how would that be organized?
Okay, so the scammers, they mostly work, let's say, on the small scale, because when they, let's say, do loads of scams based for, let's say, small amounts of money, it is more likely that someone wouldn't even mind, okay, it was only 22 zlotys, like in the case of the shoes that's being reported. Maybe it's not worth my time to get to the truth, and let's just get this money back. And there is this, let's say, mental threshold of the amount of money once people decided that it's not worth fighting for. And if the scammers would aim for the higher amounts, then it will be more likely that the victims of those scams will actually fight for that. So they work on the scale. So it's for them, it's better to, let's say, make 10 scams for 20 zlotys rather than one for a bigger cash amount. That's the...
Sorry, no, please continue.
Okay, so it's also easier to maintain, let's say, the cash flow while being a scammer when you work at the, say, the scale of small numbers, because they just add up. And if you flood the internet with your, let's say, faulty scams, then if it's like works like a spam, then it's easier to find someone who actually gets fooled by that, and it
Understood.
extends to other social media platforms, not only for the Vinted or second-hand shopping platforms.
Understood. So what can the platforms do to reduce this abuse, and what can legal authorities in the government do to reduce this abuse?
Okay, so I see some potential ways of doing that, because when we see the account that, let's say, is very fresh, that just buys one product and it instantly claims for the refund, or maybe does it 10 times within a day, then we have like high chances that this is the scam account.
Yes, but who would be doing that research,
maybe,
Alicja? Who would be doing that research? Would it be the legal authorities? Would it be the platform?
I would say it's on the platform side, because they want to ensure the clients that the platform itself is trustworthy and it's safe. And it's actually the platform's business to ensure that checks all those boxes, that it's a reliable source of second-hand products.
Understood. Now, unfortunately, we've only got a few seconds left, but thank you very much indeed for sharing that analysis with our audience. And I suppose the advice is be careful before you send your goods out. Have a good evening, Alicja.
Exactly.
Bye-bye
You
now.
too, thank you. Bye.
And that brings us to the end of this episode. World Talks. Don't go away, lots more coming up. Goodbye.